Amid life's challenges, it is all too easy to become overwhelmed with worry and doubt. Every day, we face various struggles, obstacles, and uncertainties that can make us question our ability to cope. We might wonder whether we have the strength to manage these difficulties on our own. And it's common to feel burdened by the weight of our concerns. However, I want to remind you of a profound and timeless truth. God is more than capable of managing everything for you. You don't have to bear the weight of these challenges alone, because God is here to support and guide you through even the toughest times. When life becomes particularly difficult, it can feel like the problems we face are insurmountable. We might think, how will I ever get through this? Can I really handle this on my own? These feelings are perfectly natural. However, it's crucial to remember that God is capable of handling all the difficulties we face. He is not only aware of our struggles, but is also actively involved in our lives, offering guidance and support. When you place your trust in God, you allow Him to take on the burden of your worries, freeing you from the constant strain of trying to manage everything yourself. This message is especially meant for those who find themselves frequently overwhelmed with anxiety and stress, especially about matters they should entrust to God. If you're feeling constantly anxious, stressed, and burdened, this message is for you. Often, we become so caught up in our worries that we forget to turn to the one who can actually make a difference. We attempt to control every aspect of our lives, which can lead to burnout and a sense of hopelessness. Instead, we need to hand over our concerns to God and trust in His ability to manage them. In this message, my goal is to provide you with some relief from the constant anxiety that can weigh you down. By the end of this reflection, I will be praying with you. So make sure you take this opportunity to release your worries and find solace in God's care. Additionally, seeking God through prayer and subscribing to a life of faith can provide you with ongoing support and encouragement. God wants you to stop letting worry control your life. By placing your trust in Him, you can find the peace and reassurance you need to move forward confidently. Letting go of worry and anxiety is not just about finding temporary relief. It's about building a lasting relationship with God, where you rely on His strength and wisdom every day. When you trust in God, you're not simply asking for a quick fix to your problems. Instead, you're inviting Him into your life to take on the burdens that are too heavy for you to carry alone. This shift in perspective can be incredibly transformative. It allows you to see your challenges through a different lens, one that is illuminated by faith and hope, rather than fear and doubt. By surrendering your worries to God, you're not denying the reality of your struggles. You're acknowledging that you don't have to face them alone. God's strength is made perfect in our weakness. And by trusting Him, you invite His power into your life. This can be a profound source of comfort and encouragement. When you let go of the need to control everything and instead trust God's plan, you open yourself up to experiencing His support in ways you may not have anticipated. As you navigate through your difficulties, remember that God's presence is a constant source of support. Even when it feels like everything is falling apart, He remains steadfast and unchanging. His love and care for you are unwavering, and His ability to handle your challenges is beyond measure. When you place your faith in God, you're not just hoping for a better outcome, you're trusting in His infinite wisdom and goodness to see you through. In summary, amid life's challenges, it's essential to remember that you don't have to carry the weight of your worries alone. God is more than capable of managing everything for you. By entrusting your concerns to Him, you allow yourself to experience a sense of peace and reassurance that can only come from a deep trust in His care. This message is for those who are tired of the constant anxiety and stress that come from trying to handle everything on their own. By praying with God and seeking His guidance, you're taking a step toward finding relief and experiencing the comfort of His presence in your life. Jesus wants you to stop wasting energy worrying about what might happen in the future. It's easy to get caught up in the what-ifs and imagine all sorts of scenarios that may never come to pass. This kind of focus on potential future problems can be incredibly consuming. Instead of being present and appreciating the blessings that are right in front of you, you end up trapped in a cycle of anxiety and stress over things that might never occur. This habitual worrying can rob you of the joy and contentment that comes from fully experiencing the present moment. Imagine how much of your mental and emotional energy is spent on hypothetical situations that are beyond your control. You might find yourself constantly replaying scenarios in your mind. Asterisks. What if I face a serious health issue? Asterisks. What if I lose my job? Asterisks. What if I encounter a major financial setback? Asterisks. These thoughts can become all-consuming, making it difficult to focus on the here and now. In the process, you miss out on the opportunities and goodness that exist in your current circumstances. By fixating on future uncertainties, you lose sight of the blessings and positive aspects of your life that are right in front of you. It's crucial to shift your focus from potential problems to the positives that are present in your life today. When you make a conscious effort to appreciate and be grateful for what you currently have, you create a mindset that is open to joy and contentment. Gratitude helps to center your thoughts and allows you to see beyond the immediate worries. It's easy to get bogged down by the negative aspects of life. But when you actively choose to focus on the good things, you create a more balanced and positive outlook. This shift in perspective not only reduces stress, but also enhances your overall sense of well-being. When we are preoccupied with future problems, whether related to health, job security, or finances, we add unnecessary stress to our lives. This stress doesn't prevent the problems from occurring, but it diminishes our ability to handle them effectively. The act of worrying consumes energy that could otherwise be used constructively. Instead of allowing these potential issues to dominate your thoughts, take time to acknowledge and be thankful for the good things you have right now. Gratitude for what you have can transform your experience of life. It helps you stay grounded and maintain perspective, even when faced with challenges. By recognizing and valuing the positives in your life, you build resilience and find peace despite potential uncertainties. Happiness often comes not from having everything perfectly arranged, but from appreciating and making the most of what you currently have. Jesus' advice about not worrying is more than just practical guidance. It's a command that helps us avoid becoming distracted and drained by our problems. When you face difficulties, instead of letting anxiety overwhelm you, the best course of action is to turn to God. Anxiety can cloud your thinking and make it hard to recognize God's guidance. When you're caught up in a spiral of worry, it's challenging to think clearly and make sound decisions. In such times, seeking God's help can provide clarity and direction. When you rely on God's support, You learn to let go of the need to control every aspect of your life. Trusting in God's plan involves surrendering the things that are out of your hands. When you place your faith in God's guidance, you create space for His solutions and support to manifest in your life. In conclusion, Jesus encourages you to stop wasting energy on worrying about future uncertainties. Instead of focusing on what ifs, place your trust in God. Be thankful for your current blessings and allow Him to guide you. Trusting in God's wisdom will help you handle life's challenges with greater ease and peace. Walking by faith involves staying present with Jesus and not rushing ahead of Him. It's about embracing each day with a heart full of joy, even when feeling overwhelmed by life's challenges. Often, the obstacles and uncertainties we face can seem daunting, leading us to be consumed by anxiety and fear. But when we anchor ourselves in faith and stay close to Jesus, we gain the strength and perspective to navigate life's difficulties with greater ease and confidence. In moments of struggle and uncertainty, it's important to remind ourselves that God is with us every step of the way. His presence is a constant source of comfort and strength. Even when we feel anxious and uncertain, God's presence is unwavering. Fear and anxiety often stem from a lack of trust in His omnipresence and omnipotence. We may worry about what the future holds or feel troubled by present circumstances, but these emotions often reflect our struggle to fully trust in God's ability to handle our concerns. By placing your trust in Him, you can experience a profound sense of peace and reassurance. Faith in God serves as a calming influence, helping to alleviate the stress and worry that might otherwise dominate your life. Recognizing God's promises brings a peace that cannot be found through worldly solutions alone. When you are weighed down by worries, it may be a sign that you need to lean more on God's strength and guidance. During times of distress, it is natural to seek various forms of relief, such as therapy or medication. And while these resources can offer valuable support, they do not replace the need for divine involvement. God's presence in your life is deeply personal, and His support extends beyond the limits of human solutions. He is actively involved in your circumstances, waiting for you to surrender your worries and trust in His plan. Living by faith rather than by sight requires a shift in perspective. When you live by sight, you focus on immediate, visible circumstances, what you can see, and what seems like the reality of the situation. This focus on what is right in front of you can lead to increased anxiety and doubt. However, living by faith involves trusting in the unseen aspects of God's promises and His work in your life. It means acknowledging that even when circumstances seem overwhelming or impossible, God is still working on your behalf. Shifting your focus from the visible to the invisible, God's promises, His power, and His love allows you to experience a deeper sense of peace. Trusting God in the face of life's challenges requires letting go of the desire to control every aspect of your life. It means recognizing that while you may not have the ability to change certain outcomes, God does. This trust frees you from the burden of anxiety and allows you to embrace a posture of faith and reliance on God's ability to handle what seems impossible. You can find comfort in knowing that you are never alone in your struggles, and God's strength and wisdom are far greater than any challenge you may face. As you navigate through periods of worry and sleepless nights, remember that while human methods may offer temporary relief, they are not the ultimate solution. Medications or therapy can provide valuable support, but true and lasting peace comes from turning to God. His guidance and presence offer a depth of comfort and assurance that surpasses any temporary fixes. God is actively involved in every aspect of your life, and His desire is for you to trust Him fully. Shifting from living by sight to living by faith means surrendering your anxieties and embracing God's promises with confidence. Even when your situation seems dire or the future appears uncertain, trust that God is more than capable of managing what feels beyond your control. His power and love extend far beyond what we can comprehend, and His solutions are often beyond our immediate understanding. By aligning your life with faith and focusing on God rather than solely on the visible challenges in front of you, you open yourself to experiencing His extraordinary provision and care. Worry and anxiety are natural human responses, but they are not aligned with the call to live by faith. When you choose to stay close to Jesus and trust in His guidance, you can face life's challenges with greater confidence and ease. Even when anxiety creeps in, reminding yourself of God's presence and power helps to ground you in faith. By shifting your focus from immediate concerns to God's enduring promises, you can let go of worry and experience a deeper sense of peace. In today's fast-paced and unpredictable world, it's easy to fall into the habit of worrying instead of praying. The pressures and uncertainties of life can make it feel more natural to dwell on what might go wrong than to seek comfort and guidance through prayer. When confronted with difficulties, many people find themselves consumed by fear, anxiety, and stress over potential outcomes. These feelings can be overwhelming, leaving little room for peace or joy. However, as followers of Christ, we are called to a different way of living. We are instructed to walk by faith, not by sight. This means that instead of allowing ourselves to be overwhelmed by visible obstacles, we remain steadfast in our trust in God, knowing that He is guiding us even when we cannot see the way forward. Walking by faith means believing in what we cannot see, trusting in God's wisdom and timing, even when circumstances are unclear or daunting. Walking by faith is about maintaining a close relationship with Jesus and avoiding the temptation to rush ahead of Him. It means embracing each day with joy and hope, despite the challenges we may face. Life can be unpredictable, and it's easy to become ensnared by anxiety and fear when things don't go as planned. Yet, by staying anchored in faith and drawing close to Jesus's, we can navigate these trials with a sense of calm and confidence. Faith provides us with the strength and perspective needed to handle life's complexities without being consumed by them. In moments of difficulty, it's important to remind yourself that God is with you. His presence is a source of unwavering comfort and strength, even when everything around you feels uncertain. Fear and anxiety often stem from forgetting that God is in control. When we allow worry to dominate our thoughts, it can feel like we are trying to carry the weight of the world on our own shoulders. But placing your trust in God's ability to manage your concerns alleviates this burden. God's promises bring a peace that goes beyond anything the world can offer. Your worries might be a signal to trust more fully in Him, leaning on His strength rather than trying to fix everything on your own. Temporary solutions like therapy or medication can provide relief, but only God can provide lasting peace. His involvement in your life is constant, and His desire is for you to surrender your worries to Him. Living by faith means letting go of the need to control everything and trusting in God's ability to manage the challenges you face. By releasing your anxieties to Him, you invite His peace and wisdom into your life. This trust doesn't mean that life will be without challenges, but it does mean that you are never facing them alone. In summary, walking by faith involves choosing to trust in God's promises and presence, even when life's challenges seem overwhelming. By staying close to Jesus's, you can navigate the complexities of life with greater peace and confidence. Let go of worry and allow God to guide you through every trial with His infinite wisdom and love.